Hello everybody and welcome to SimRacingMania Formula 3 broadcast round 7 and 8, this time brought to you at sunny Oulton Park in England, which is a strange saying, sunshine in England. It's a very rare event, but it is sunny today, I can assure you of that. And we have a fantastic race lined up for you today. We have 20 of the fastest drivers in SimRacingMania taking part today. Now a little bit of history for Oulton Park. It was actually it was built in 1953. It held some motorbike race, and it's become world. I think it had its first international race in 1954, and it's become hosts all sorts of things over the years. Let me just take you through some of the corners. So there's one of the corners called Old Hall, which is the turn 1. That was named after that's originally stood to the rear of the circuit. It was destroyed by a fire, but now the original stairway wall is closed and the kitchen gardens still stand. But they've named it in honour of that old fire. The rest of the circuit, so going through. Actually, I'll tell you what. Let's just take you on board with the lap here. Let's go on board with Fabio Silvestro here. Oh, there we go. So if you're joining us, so we've had these getting ready for the 7th race of the season so far. We've had 6 amazing races. If anyone saw the last round, we had a last lap of amazing battle of Cliff Van der Veen and Michele Limo, with Cliff Van der Veen just edging him out by about 1/10 of a second. So the current championship standing, so Cliff Van der Veen is currently our points leader on 334 points. Michele Limo is now up into second with 245. Just behind him is Giacomo Ettore on 240. Tori Bivacqua is down to 4th now after retiring from round 6. Luca Radielli is now in position 5. Thomas Garcia is in P6. Matteo Zandona is P7. Andrew Parkinson is now P8. Daniele Livella is now P9 after not being able to start the last 2 rounds. Joe Watch is now down to 10th position after a strong start to the season. He's had a string of bad luck, so he's now down into the top 10. And I believe if this works, right. There you go, so riding on board Fabio Silvestro now. Looks like he's gone faster than Sector 2, so he's really on a flyer. Let's see, let's just try and work out where he is. I'm getting used to the track map, so it's kind of awkward to tell. Looks like he's just going down to finish that now. He's going through Lodge Corner. Getting up towards Deer Leap, yes, and that is the end of his lap. He has done He goes second, 15,000 behind Joe Watts, who did a 29.242. So great lap by Joe Watts there. In fact, Joe Watts is still going on. So let's have a look at follow John Watts for his lap. Oh, a little bit on the grass there, careful. So it's now going down to the avenue towards Denton's. He's now going through the Cascades corner onto the Lakeside Straight. Oh, no, I've got a bit wrong there. It's now making for Shell Oil's corner. Oh, there's a bit of corner behind. Now he's looking hard towards Britain's where he's going to have a little fast chicane. Dab on the brakes, pile on the power as he goes. Now he's going up towards the Hilltop Straight. We're going up towards the Hislop chicane next. There's a bit of a scruffy Sector 1 for Joe Watts, it seems. Oh, as I say, he nearly loses the car. That's going to definitely affect his lap. And I think that's the lap aborted for Joe Watts there. So not the lap Joe Watts would have wanted, but he was definitely got provisional pole for the moment. Now I just want to double check, can you all hear me in the chat? Because I've done this before. Just want to double check you can all hear me in the chat. If you can, just please let me know, because I've done this in the past. Let me know if you can hear the game audio as well. So just riding on board with Fabio Silvestro was on it out lap. So our top 10 as it stands, we've still got people who haven't started their laps yet. So our top 10 as it stands is Joe Watts, Fabio Zabetto, Andrew Parkinson has just done a lap, he's just a 19.4. Cliff Vanderveen on Championships lead is currently in P4, although I think he's on an outlap at the moment. Giacomo Torri is now P5. Jesper Burns is currently 6th. Arturas Kamal is P7. Max Foccarelli is now P8. Dennis Vanderveen is P9. Stefano Nadal running at the top 10. See if we can ride on board Andrew Parkinson. Oh, that's the wrong person. Andrew Parkinson's on a good lap, it seems. Just going forwards. I think he's going towards the Britain chicane now. Yep. Hard on the brakes. Oh, very to hit the barrier there. Must be careful. I can see a few people hitting the barrier during the race. They'll try and get that little bit of extra gap and just mess up. It's so easy to do in these cars. Go through the Hislop chicane now. Hard on the power towards Knickerbrook. That's a strange name, but welcome to England. Going up to Clay Hill Straight. Towards Drury's Corner. The fast right-hander. Looks like he's half a second down at the moment, so not the best of laps for Andrew Parkinson at the moment. Lacey dares into Lodge Corner. Oh, loses the back end a little bit there. Wants to be careful there. Oh, has he spun? He spins, and he's in the barrier. What an end to the lap for Andrew Parkinson. That's definitely not the end of the lap he wanted there. So that means he does not improve. That's a shame because he looked like he was on for a flyer there. So if he continued that lap, he would have been at least P2. So it looks like we've got a new leader. In standings, we've now got Danielle Livella. I think I said the name right. Yay! Thank you, Richard. Richard and Brooks in the chat saying you can hear me. That's always a good sign. So good to know you can all hear me in the chat. Make sure, can you hear the game audio as well? Because I've done that in the past as well. So let's see. Oh, we've got Matteo Zandona's on a good lap, it seems. I'm on board Matteo Zandona now. Let's just try and work out where he is. He's going on the hilltop straight, going towards Hislops at the moment. Going around the Knickerbrook corner, up to Clay Hill. Powers, I love that sweeping camera angle, it's so cool. Coming out towards Drury's Corner. Going under the Warwick Bridge there, as he looks like he almost got airtime there. Looks like lots of people are struggling in Sector 2, so Daniel Livelli must have had a monster Sector 2 time because no one can match him there. That moves Matteo Zandona up to P6. I don't think he quite improved. He's 7,000ths of a second behind Giacomo Torri. Actually, so I was saying that there's 3 people within half a tenth of a second of each other, so this is going to be a very tight field, it seems. Meanwhile, Daniel Livella's back on track. Oh, purple in Sector 1. Daniel Livella's on the flyer at the moment. Let's see, can he keep this up? Daniel Livella is a man on the march. Let's see where he is now. Oh. Just going through Britain's chicane. I'll help top straight towards Hislops. Purple Sector 2. What a monster Sector 2 from Daniel Livella there. Going under the Warwick Bridge there. Charging towards Lodge Corner. This is going to be an incredible lap if he can keep it together. A little bit wide on the exit. Down to Deer Leap. Can he finish the lap? 18.660. A little scrappy Sector 3, but what a time from Daniel Livella there. He's now got pole by 0.3 of a second as it stands. Can anyone improve? Cliff Vanderveen might be able to challenge him. Oh, I think Cliff Vanderveen's messed up. He might have ruined his lap. Actually, that seems to be rather slow from Cliff Vanderveen. Has he had an issue? He's currently moved up to P3, but no one can match Daniel Livella around here. He is the master of Oulton Park. So I believe some people are drivers are still on a lap. So McKinley Moles is on his lap now. Can't quite make out how. There we go. McKinley Moles a fraction down on Daniel Livella. He might be in with a chance of pole here. Through the hip. That's the wrong chicane. I was about to say the wrong one. Through the Britain's corner, going up towards the hilltop towards Hislops. Now powers towards Knickerbrook, then up to Clay Hill. Let's see where Sector 2 is. He's not far off. If he can keep a sector 3 tidy, he's got pole. Can Michele improve? He's very, very close. Let's see what he does. As he crosses the line. That's the wrong corner. That was camera angle fooling me there. I apologise. Now he crosses the line. He moves up to P3. 7 thousandths of a second behind Joe Watts. So there's a very close gap for P2, but no one can touch Daniele Vella. So amazing job by Daniele Vella there for an incredible pole lap that no one could touch him around here. So let's read out our qualifying positions. So our provisional pole sitter is Daniele Vella. In second we have Joe Watts. Oh, let's just get the broadcast camera angle right. There we go. Right, so in second place is Joe Watts. Third place is Michele Mole. Fourth place is Cliff van der Vin. Fifth place is Fabio Sabetto. Sixth place is Andrew Parkinson. Seventh place is Giacomo Mauritore. Eighth place is Matteo Zandona. Ninth place is Jesper Burns. And in 10th place we have a new driver for today's race, Antti Rassi, one of a former admin who's been a little bit under the weather. That he says it's good to see Antti Rassi back on the track. Let's hope he does well tonight. In 11th place we have Dennis van der Vin. In 12th place we have Arturas Kamal, followed by Max Foccarelli. In 14th place we have Jack Trawick. 15th place we have Stefano De Nadal. 16th place we have Luca Radielli. Thomas Garcia is P17. Maxim Zavalov is 18th. In 19th we have Francesco Bernardi. 20th place we have Valerio Margarito. Secret Vito is 21st. Stefano Colli is 22nd. Antonio Mastro running out the back of the field in 23rd position. So we just... Oh, there's a car in the wall there. I couldn't quite see what that was. Let's try... Oh, let's just get the replay working. Right, let's see if we can see who... Let's just see... I want to see how low that car was. There's a car in the wall there. I don't know quite who that was. I'm curious to find out... Let's see what happened to him. Might have been Sigurd Vito. Oh, looks like we've got a driver with the annoying livery glitch. I do apologise for that. Also, car went off the wall already there. Oh, he just had to good awareness by Sigurd Vito to not smash into the barrier there. Just had to take the escape road there. So that's very good evasive driving there. I'm actually quite impressed with that. Not impressed with his livery though. Hopefully he can fix that in time for the race. But I doubt it, sadly. There we go. Right, so just a reminder, so it's not quite showing as I want, but this is round 7 and 8 of this 12 round championship. I do believe next round is at Hockenheim. I'll just double check that before I make... Let me just double check before I give you the wrong information. Yes, so in 2 weeks' time we'll be at Hockenheim, which is a personal favourite of mine. I'm really looking forward to that race. So, but in 2 weeks' time now, so they used to blast down the, I think it was the Ardennes Forest, I believe that's the correct word. But now they've got a newer layout which is more compact and more suited to modern F1 cars. And then in the final 2 rounds, in 4 weeks' time, we'll be at Imola to run off the series. So really curious to see who's going to come out on top in this championship. It's been so close all season long. Cliff van der Vin has the edge at the moment, but you never know. One bad weekend and they could all come up. Someone else could come back in the mix. Michele Mole and Daniele Vella are right up there, points-wise. Let's just get that. So just waiting for the warm-up to finish. Oh, why is that not working? There we go. Watching some of the drivers just getting ready to warm up. I'm just going to have a quick drink break. So just back. So just a reminder, we have 2 races tonight. We have a 25-minute sprint race where the top 10 will be qualified, starting the race in reverse order. So Daniele Livella will start, I believe, from 10th place, and then reverse grid from going down to the top 10, and then the 11th onwards will qualify where he started. And then after that we have a 40-minute feature race. Oh, we got Ayrton FP in the chat saying go Velimole. So he's got 2 drivers he's rooting for. So good, best of luck, Daniele Livella and Michele Limol from Ayrton there. And yeah, if you wanted to like just talk in the chat, just feel free to talk in the chat, and I can see any comments you guys chat. So just let me know, and I'll see if I can focus on the driver for a little bit for you, or anything you want to ask about. And if you want to take part, or if you want to join this series, so we are a promo-only Discord group. So you can find us at SimRacingMania. You can find the link to our Discord in the YouTube description. And we also have a website which is currently in development at the moment, but you can find, if you go to simracingmania.online, you'll be able to find our that's just the wrong thing. You'll be able to find our current championships ongoing. So we currently have our Formula 3 series, and we also have our Super GT series that happens every other week to this. We've got Thomas Golab in the chat saying yo yo yo. So someone's looking forward to the race. He's one of our fellow admins. Not able to race today because he's not quite sure why, but he's not able to race today, but hope you feel better soon, Thomas Golab. Just waiting for the warm-up session to wind down. So once again, our preset to end the warm-up is Daniele Livella. He is really on it tonight. So I'm going to predict, now I'm not going to, hopefully I won't jinx it, I'm predicting Daniele Livella is going to win both races. You heard it here first. Let's see if my bold prediction comes true. I have a feeling a couple of drivers are going to want to make me wrong, but let's see who can prove me right or wrong. So it's the top 12 will be reverse grid. My apologies. So drivers 13th and below will start where they qualified, and then drivers 12th to 1st will be start inverted grid. So on pole for the sprint race we have Arturas Kamal, followed by Dennis van der Vin. Antti Rassi will start in 3rd place. Jesper Burns will start 4th. Matthew Zandona will start 5th. Giacomo Itoy will start 6th. Andrew Parkinson will start 7th. 8th on the grid is Fabio Sabeto. Cliff van der Vin is 9th. Michele Limol is 10th. Joe Watts is 11th. Daniele Livella running at the top 10. Oh, looks like we're back into the warm-up. There might have been an issue with a driver maybe. I'll see if I can find out what happened. Just give me a second. Not quite sure what the case is. Oh. There we go. Right, so apologies for that. Right, so just to let the warm-up session finish, I'll just try and get Thomas Goddard briefly to discuss what happened. Thomas, can I join me in the commentary booth? Just for a moment.
Okay.
Right, so join with us now is Thomas Goddard. So just explain what's going on with the warm-up, so we can see it's been restarted. Just let the viewers know what happened.
Yeah, basically we are waiting for one driver that has a problem with connection, and then we'll go into the race again.
Okay, thank you. I'll let you enjoy the race. Again, that was Thomas Goddard, one of our fellow admins, just letting us know what happened there. So looks like we're waiting for a driver to return. It's often the case with rFactor. Sometimes you have like everything ready to go, and then one person has some strange issue that only rFactor can provide, and then you have to restart the warm-up to make it go away again. It's one of rFactor's many intricacies. It's if rFactor, you could say rFactor, it was like a steam train. It has moods. It works when it wants to sometimes. So let's run on board with Michele Limol for a lap. As I say, as the one session ends. So that's how we're good to go this time. I'll just have a quick drink break. Oh, looks like we've got Luke Holm in the chat. Hopefully, oh, Do we have another issue? I fear this. Hopefully we can get going soon. Oh. I think we might be good to go this time. Fingers crossed. I do apologise for this. It's just rFactor sometimes being rFactor, but there's nothing we can do about it. I wish we could, believe me. But I do apologise for that. So it's just a quick reminder. So back to main. Oh, looks like we're still waiting for quite a few drivers to join the grid. They only have 20 seconds. I hope they all get back on the grid soon. Otherwise we might have quite a few people not starting the race. Cliff Van der Ven being one of them. Our championship leader. This is very bizarre. Oh. There we go. We are away. Let's make sure everyone started the grid. Yes, they did. Right, finally we can let this race weekend officially start. So they're just going through their warm-up lap now. So just a reminder, we have Arturas Kamal starting from pole in the sprint race. So right on board with Dennis Van der Ven here. Yeah, Richard Brooks in the chat saying Mars was one of the S3 rFactor developers saying what problems. Yeah. The rFactor developers do live in their own little bubble sometimes. I'd love to live in it myself. You'd never see any of the issues rFactor has. But we'll make the best of what we got. And despite Mars' best efforts, we are about to go racing. Just watching them just go through. I think they're going through Shell Oil's corner there. Very strange name for a corner. They must have been a sponsorship deal. I can only assume. Just going up to Prue Britons now. You've got Thomas Gallop in the chat saying use SimHub. Yeah, SimHub's the answer to all our problems in life and in general. Praise be unto SimHub. So just going through the leaders, just going through his stops now, going up towards Knickerbrook. So just trying to warm up the tyres as best they can. Warm up any brakes, because especially for the leaders, the longer they sit on the grid waiting for the back markers to make their way to the start grid, their tyres and brakes are going to be losing temperature all the time. And the last thing you want is going through turn 1 is to have ice cold tyres and brakes. You will just go straight on. Make sure I've got... There we go. They're just going up to their grid box now, the leaders. Just a reminder, we have Arturas Kamal starting from pole. Dennis Van der Ven is second. Anthony Rassi is third. Jesper Burns is fourth. Matteo Zandona fifth. Giacomo Torre starts sixth. Andrew Parkinson seventh. Fabio Sabetto eighth. Cliff Van der Ven starts P9. Michele Mole starts 10th. Joe Watts starts 11th. And our pole sitter, Daniele Livella, starts 12th position for the sprint race. All this one driver's going into the pit lane. That's a strange strategy for the race. Those drivers have the agonising wait for the green light. Here we go. Any second now. Lights out of the way we go. Amazing stop, Antti Rassi. Antti Rassi's already up into pole position. Brilliant stop, Antti Rassi. Arturas Kamal's trying to ring him around the outside. Antti Rassi gets pushed off the grass. Dennis Van der Ven's up into third position. Gets side by side with Antti Rassi going down towards. What's the cover? Getting down to Old Hall Corner to go down the avenue straight now towards Denton's. So Arturas Kamal just about holds onto that lead after an amazing stop, Antti Rassi. Going through Cascades now. Getting down to the Lakeside Straight. We're going down to Shell Oil's Corner now, going up towards Britain's. So our lowest lead at the moment is Arturas Kamal. He's managed to build a bit of a gap to Anti-Racing. Oh, as he goes off the track, that's definitely not what he wanted. Now, followed by we have Matthias Andona in 4th position. Michele Mole is now into 6th position. Our pole sitter is now up to 8th position already, Daniele Vella. Cliff Van der Ven had a bit of a poor start. He's back in 11th position, so he must have had a bit of an issue at the start of the race. Joe Watts is now 9th position, closely behind Daniele Vella. He's trying to have a run up, going up towards Warwick Bridge. Getting out to Lodge Corner now as he completed. Oh, this is so hard to keep up. There's so many cars. This is brilliant. Meanwhile, Arturus Kamal has built up almost a second lead already. So Anti-Rassi is can't quite keep with him, it seems. Dennis Van der Ven's in a solid 3rd position. Matthias Andona and Giacomo Torri are in 4th and 5th respectively. Michele Moore is up into 6th position. Jesper Burns is now into 7th. Daniele Vella is now in. What's that? Oh, we got a Van der Ven in the chat. Oh, that's the wrong person. I was looking at. Oh yeah, right. Breathe, Michael. Oh, it looks like we got rain. Is it raining? That could throw a spanner in the works for some of these drivers if it's starting to rain already. I've got reports of rain in the chat. Let's see if that proves true. Anti-Rassi is right with Arturus Kamal now. Side by side going up the straight. Ooh. Going towards Hislops there. Anti-Rassi is your new race leader. Proving adept in these slippery conditions, it seems. Through Nickelbrook up to Clay Hill. Going towards Drew's corner. There we go. Right. Going through Lodge and down to Deerleap, and that's sorry, going down to Warwick Bridge there. I always get those two corners mixed up. So Anti-Rassi is your current race leader, followed by Arturus Kamal and Dennis Van der Ven. Matthias Andona and Giacomo Torri ran out of the top 5. Kelly Moore is up into 6th position in the middle of a gaggle of cars, it seems. Jesper Burns, Daniele Vella and Joe Watts right in the mix there. Jesper Burns on the attack. He's going side by side with Michele Mole. Oh, it's side by side. He's going to bit of a contact there. He's going to go through Cascades. Down to Lakeside Corner. Going towards Island Bend now. There's a bit hard into Shell Corner. Jesper Burns is having a bit of lunch, but not quite being close enough, it seems. Lovely little banking through that corner there. It's so fun to drive around there. Coming to the Britain's chicane now. Meanwhile, your race leader Anti-Rassi's put up a bit of a gap. It's up to 1.4 seconds as he's making it through the next chicanes. Hislop's going up to through Nickelbrook. Only Arturus Kamal seems to be able to stay with him. Meanwhile, your pole sitter Daniele Vella is in the middle of a gaggle of cars trying to get past Jesper Burns here. Getting out through Hilltop there. Getting out through Jurich Corner. Trying to keep as tight as he can down towards Warwick Bridge. We see Jesper Burns getting off track a little bit. All sorts of contact ahead of him there. Nearly runs into the back of Jesper Burns there. Giacomo Torri is right in the middle of this as well. Michele Mole's up to P4 now with Matthias Andona coming straight back at him. Oh, this is so hard. Oh, this is amazing. Let's get the extended box. They're going 3 wides now. Some of these straights now. The battle for force is intense as anything. Matthias Andona is trying to hold on to the back of this there. Going for Old Hall Corner. Joe Watson, Andrew Puxton side by side just behind him, going down Avenue towards Denton's. Coming through the Cascades, they're still side by side. Joe Watts has to give way just about. And he went for one car through there. Coming out Shell Corner there. So Joe Watts looks like he lost that a little bit. Now Joe Watts is now down to 9th position. But it's not going to be that way for long. Meanwhile, Michele Moore is up into 3rd position. Michele Moore is a man on the march. This time we got rain again. Can't quite see it on the chat. See if we can have a look at it. Oh yeah, you can see. Look at the rain on Michele Moore's car. Car is looking soaked. So this track is going to be like an ice rink before long. They're going to be starting like anything. Like for anyone who haven't driven a fast car on slick tyres on a damp circuit, it can bite so like an instant and send you into the wall if you're not careful. And keeping temperature in your tyre, you can see Michele Moore sliding a little bit on the exit at the corner there. Dennis Van der Ven's now into 2nd position. Giacomo Toy is right with him now. McKinley Mole. See the rain's getting heavy, it seems. McKinley Mole has a bit of a bad exit. Going through cascades there. Getting onto the Lakeside straight. McKinley Moles, I think he's got a bit of a better exit. Andrew Parkinson's currently P8. Please followed by Joe Watts, who wants our position straight back. As they go through Island Bend, making half a Shell Oil's corner. Seems like they can't quite stay close enough through Island Bend to make the move stick. Meanwhile, further down the field, and Francisco Blandi and Thomas Garcia going side by side through Island Bend there. Brilliant move by Thomas Garcia to make that work. See if we can follow that to see how we did that. Goes side by side for Island Bend there. Brilliant move by Thomas Garcia there. A great awareness by both drivers to not hit each other, because that can so easily happen. Meanwhile, Antti Rassi is building up a bit of a gap. It's now up to 2.7 seconds now. Only if Michele Moore can clear Dennis van der Ven, he might have a chance of catching him, but Dennis van der Ven's not making it easy for him. Dennis van der Ven's just being clear and consistent, and that's what you need to do to do well in these races. So lots of drivers have the pace, but they just keep having issues that makes them lose points in the standings. Meanwhile, our pole sitter Daniele Oliveira is now up to P6. Trying to get on the back of Jesper Burns now. Though Matteo Zandon and Andrew Parkinson are not letting him get away in the slightest. Our championship leader, Cliff Van der Ven, is now down into 10th position. So not quite able to stay with some of these guys, it seems. He's trying to catch the back of Joe Watts, who's going side by side through Island Bend there. Getting to Charlotte Oll's corner. Joe Watts is definitely trying to get Andrew Parkinson. I think these two had a brilliant battle last race as well. Cliff Van der Ven's right on the back of him now. Almost hitting Joe Watts through Hislops there. Sorry, through Britons. As they go up to Hislops now. Joe Watts not quite able to find a way through Hislops. To go down through Knickerbrook, he can get one of the drivers is going to make a move soon. Joe Watts almost goes off the track there. Can Cliff find a way past? He's going up to Clay Hill now. Now through Joe Woods. Joe Watts holds on for the moment. They power down to Warwick Bridge. Joe Watts using all of the track and then a little bit more for good measure. Breaking half a Lodge corner. Now these drivers have got to try and look after their tyres. So all the drivers starting on softs, it seems, though we've got one driver on the wets. We have Luca Radielli on the wets, so is the track starting to get very slippery, it seems. Meanwhile, Dennis van der Ven and Michele Moore go side by side into Island corner, Old Hall corner there. Dennis van der Ven just about keeps the position. Michele Moore has to yield to get up the avenue towards Denton's. Sorry, Lakeside. Charge with Island Bend. Dennis van der Ven going a little bit wide there. See a gaggle of cars behind Dennis van der Ven. Looks like Dennis van der Ven might be like the cog in a bath sink, it seems. Can he hold on? Michele Moore is one of the fastest drivers in our championship. Running on board with Michele Moore here. A little bit screwly on the exit. Is that going to give Giacomo Toya a run? It might do. Coming towards Hislops now. See a bit of DRS activation. They've got a yellow flag in sector 3, so someone might have gone off the track. Just being careful through Knickerbrook, going up towards Drew's corner now. This is an amazing race so far. But Antti Rassi just wandered off into the distance. He's like, where's the cars around me? And remember, this is the first time he's racing the championship, so he's taken this place like a duck to water. Literally, because of the rain. See, it looks like the rain's might have dried off a little bit. So Antti Rassi making great race of just clean air, just running away with this at the moment. Meanwhile, the battle for first place, Jesper Burns is trying to hold to Gianni Oliveira, who's just behind him. Cliff Van der Ven is now up to 8th position, but he's clear of Joe Watts and Andrew Parkinson. Looks like the rain stopping and starting every couple of minutes, just like England to do that. Cliff Van der Ven, our champion leader, is now up into 8th position. Oh, what? There we go. So as it stands, Michele Moore will make a nice inroad into Cliff Van der Ven's lead at the moment. Cliff Van der Ven not quite able to find a way past him. Oh, as we see Andrew Parkinson going massively squirrely on the back today. He almost lost the car. Joe Watts and Matteo and Andrew Parkinson have been racing at each other all season long. It's been so fun to watch these two drivers so evenly matched. Meanwhile, Michele Mole can't find a way past Dennis Van der Ven. Dennis Van der Ven is doing what he needs, and he's actually he's gaining on Antti Rassi a little bit. Is Antti Rassi in trouble with maybe? So we have just over 13 minutes to go in the sprint race. And Michele Mole all over the back of Dennis Van der Ven as they go down the front straight. Right on board with Michele Mole here. Has he got DRS engaged? Dennis Van der Ven goes defensive, but late move into the Oulton corner. And Michele Mole gets the position done on it. Dennis Van der Ven almost crashes on the exit of the corner there. That's going to give Giacomo Tori a run. Giacomo Tori moves up to 3rd place. As they go through Cascades now, down to Lakeside Straight. He's charging up the hill towards Island Bend now. Dennis Van der Ven's going to be kicking himself. He lost 2 positions in about 2 corners. Let's hope Dennis Van der Ven hasn't eaten his tyres. He's got Jesper Burns all over the back of him now. Meanwhile, so the fight for the lead might be on. Can Michele Mole catch Antti Rassi? He's got just over 12 minutes to do it. If anybody can do it, I wouldn't bet on a few people other than Michele Mole. He's one of our fastest drivers in this series all season long. Just have a look at Giacomo Tori. Staying with Michele Mole, so he's right in this mix now. Meanwhile, Cliff Van der Ven still in P8, just about catching the back of Matteo Zandona now. It's like there's a little bit of rain again on the car since the rain keeps stopping and starting. DRS engaged for Cliff Van der Ven and Matteo Zandona ahead. Can he make this work? No effort to go. Matteo Zandona is too good on the brakes. As he can start a new lap now. Getting down towards Old Hill Corner. Matteo Zandona goes a little bit wider. Cliff Van der Ven goes right. Oh, that was Andrew Parkinson off the track there. Cliff Van der Ven, can he make the move stick? No, Matteo Zandona hangs on for dear life at the moment. Down the Lakeside Straight, coming towards Island Bay. Cliff Van der Ven goes to the inside. Can he make it work? No! Oh, he's so much over him breaking towards Old Shell Corner now. Matteo Zandona still hanging on. This is brilliant racing between the two of these guys. Giving a minimum of space required and nothing more. Not an inch too little or too less. Oh, they make contact as I say that. No, Matteo Zandona's in the wall. Let's have a look, see what happened there. As I was just busy praising them for having great racing. Let's run on board with Cliff Van der Ven now. Cliff Van der Ven, as he goes towards Britain's, he just goes a bit deep into the corner, just punts the back of Matteo Zandona there. That's very unlike our championship leader. He's going to be kicking himself for that. So, such an unfortunate move there. But Cliff Van der Ven gains the place. You could say a little unfairly, but I'm sure the stewards will have something to say about that. That's definitely unlike him. So I don't think he meant to do it on purpose, but that's definitely going to hurt both their races, as you can imagine. Meanwhile, that's put Joe Watts up to 7th place after their collision. Meanwhile, the gap for the lead is now down to 1.6 seconds. Michele Mole is catching Antti Rassi. Might be a bit of lap traffic in between them now. Yes, there's a lap car. I believe that might be Stefano Donadal. Yeah, there's some drivers who might have had crashes. They might be out there about 7 or 8 laps down already. You know, Giacomo Tori is staying right with Michele Mole here. We might have a three-way fight for the lead if this carries on. You know, Dennis Van der Ven has actually, he's recovered well. He's in a solid 4th place. Only about 8 tenths behind Giacomo Tori there, so he's still getting the DRS. You see rain on the track. I see rain. That looks fairly heavy to me. Now that could be a spanner in the works. It's right on board with Antti Rassi. Can you quite see the rain pouring? I can't quite see the rain on the circuit. Actually, you can just about. I can see the rain just about. So that could be a bit of a spanner in the works for some of these drivers. Will there be an unscheduled pit stop, I wonder? Let's have a quick drink break. Got reports from my roving reporter Thomas got up saying it's very wet out there on the circuit. So we could see some spins out of nowhere very, very soon. You know, Dennis Van der Ven is being caught by Jesper Burns now in a fight for P4. Run ball with Jesper Burns. Can you make it work into whole corner? Dennis Van der Ven goes a little bit wide, goes a little squirrely. It's side by side going down the avenue straight. Into Denton's. Can Dennis Van der Ven hold on through Cascades? He can, but can Jesper Burns get the exit? You know, Daniel Olivetti is right with them now. Power down towards Owen Ben. Is this going to be flat? I'm not sure it will be in the moment. That's like they all hold station for the moment. And I tell you what, Joe Watts is starting to catch the back of these guys. Cliff Van der Ven's starting to struggle. I thought Cliff Van der Ven would have caught the back of these guys by now. He's definitely struggling in this track. You know what? Our race leader from start to finish so far as it stands is Antti Rassi. He's done an amazing job all race long. Kept his nose clean, avoided trouble, and I don't want to jinx this because I know I will. All this time we reports from Cliff Van der Ven might be damaged from earlier in the race. I did wonder what happened to him at the start. Meanwhile, further down the field, we've got a fight for P14. We have Maxime Delort and Jack Trowick about 2 seconds apart. There's like some of the drivers have had rather big incidents earlier in the race. So from sort of 15th down, they're sort of rather spread out. So that's probably not focusing on those guys, but obviously I want to focus on the action. So we've got Jesper Burns in the middle of a 4-car train now. Daniel Oliveira's up to P4 now. Jesper Burns. Joe Watts gets in on the inside of the Old Hall corner. Can Joe Watts make it stick? I think he's made it done. And here comes Cliff Van der Ven. Can he make it run the outside of Cascades? If he can make it work, it's going to be an amazing move. No, Jesper Burns just holds on. Not quite enough grip to make that line work on the outside. Can Cliff Van der Ven, it's worth noting, Cliff Van der Ven is carrying damage from earlier in the race. So that's it. The gap for the lead is now under a second. Michele Moore starting to close on Antti Rassi. Let's focus on the 1v1s. Oh, Antti Rassi goes off. He spins. Antti Rassi spins. I think that was Hislop's chicane. Oh, Antti Rassi, that's going to drop him way down the order. And we've got more cars. There's people trying to avoid him. Let's ride the ball with Antti Rassi to see what happened. He's coming up towards the Hislop chicane. Does he lock up a tyre, I wonder? He carries too much speed and just doesn't have the grip to make it work. Oh, it's so unfortunate for Antti Rassi. He was doing so well all race long. Then we had 2 cars. Jesper Burns having a collision with Cliff Van der Ven, it seems, just behind him. Oh, that's going to be so unfortunate for Antti Rassi. He was doing amazing all race long. So that means Antti Rassi down to 8th position now. So our new race leader is Michele Moore. Now with a 3-second gap to Giacomo Tori behind. So it looks like Michele Moore's rather adept to these wet weather conditions, it seems. Dennis Van der Ven is holding on strong in 3rd place, with Daniel Oliveira closing right up behind him now. Let's run aboard Daniel Oliveira here as they go for Shadow's corner. Going towards Britain's chicane now. Oh! Daniel almost hit the back of Dennis Van der Ven through the chicane. He almost hit a cliff. Going up to the 3 hills or straight. Daniel is on the outside. Can he make work through his lops? His brake lasers on the brakes. Dennis Van der Ven can see he's probably wise in these wet conditions. It might be not worth fighting through that chicane too wide. Joe Watson up to 5th position, so Joe Watson is making ground here. Joe Watson now in P5. Closing on the back of Dennis Van der Ven. So Dennis Van der Ven might be struggling at the moment, it seems. No way through for Joe Watson at the moment. To go through Lodge Corner, I believe. Yep. Down through Deer Leap onto the front straight. They're just under 5 minutes left of this race now. So if you want to make a move, now is your time. Giacomo Tori is holding on strong in 2nd position, followed by Daniel Oliveira in 3rd. So we have our 3 championship protagonists in the top 5. They're not quite in the position I expected them to be. Cliff Van der Ven benefiting from some unfortunate incidents earlier from unfortunate spins of Antti Rassi and Jesper Burns earlier in the race. And also his issue with Andrew Parkinson, who's now right on the back of him. Is Andrew Parkinson looking for some revenge? I wonder. Just over 4 minutes to go. Oh, well, we're following Daniele Oliveira here now as he tries to catch the back of Giacomo Motore. We might have a fight between the Van der Ven brothers if this carries on. This could get spicy. Can Cliff Van der Ven catch Dennis before the end of the race? Now that's the fight I've been wanting to see all season long. Because you know that there's no love lost between brothers. They will always want to beat each other. Is this Dennis's time to shine? I want it to be. Cliff Van der Ven's definitely been the faster of the two Van der Vens all season long, but this might be Dennis's time to shine. You know, Andrew Parkinson not quite able to stay with Cliff Van der Ven there. Oh, Joe Watson might have a bit of an issue there. I'll try and find out what happened. No, to answer your question, Luke Hollam in the chat, I don't think Joe. I think Joe Watts. That's where he's been. He's just been making steady ground back up. Oh yeah. So let's run on board to see what happens. He's running back of Andrew Parkinson here. Oh, he loses it on the old hall corner. It just spins and goes around like a ring around a rosy there. Definitely not what you wanted to happen. So a bit of an unfortunate incident for Joe Watts there. Like the track is so slippery at the moment, it seems. As we see Giacomo Motore might be starting to catch Michele Moore at the start of the race. Is Michele Moore taking it easy, or is he starting to struggle now? But Daniele Oliveira right closing up to Giacomo Motore in the fight for P2. Here's the Van der Ven brothers going at it. Let's see who's the bravest going through Druid's. Oh, Cliff Van der Ven almost loses it going through Druid's corner there. Very lucky not to lose the back end there. If he was another centimetre over that bit of grass, he would have been gone into the wall. They've got some lap traffic in the way there. Oh, this other traffic not making it easy for them. You have just over 2 minutes left of this race now. Can Cliff overtake his brother? Can Dennis defend from Cliff? This is the fight I've been wanting to see all season long. I'll tell you what, Dennis has almost been. Oh, we've got two cars side by side up ahead there. That's another back marker. Daniele is just making his way through them. So our race lead at the moment, Michele Moore's rather comfortable at the moment. He's got a 3-second lead to the car behind Giacomo Motore, who's in the middle of a fierce fight with. Oh, looks like Daniele might have lost a bit of time there. Let's have a look. Didn't quite see what happened to Daniele Oliveira. He was right on the back of Giacomo. Not quite sure how he lost that time. Because Dennis Van der Ven's right with them now. And Cliff Van der Ven can't quite find a way through. He's trying to ball with Cliff Van der Ven. He's trying to get all the power he can now. Going up the hill. I think they're going towards Drew's corner now. DRS is engaged for Cliff Van der Ven. Can he make the move work? Going off through Drew's now. Yeah, I think Dennis. Oh, Dennis went off track. Oh, Dennis, you made it too easy for him. That moves Cliff Van der Ven up to P4. So this is just damage limitation for Cliff Van der Ven now. So yeah, just let's run the ball with Michele Moore now. Oh, it looks like he's lapped the issue with the. I think that's Secret Vito. The guy is just lapped. Going through the avenue now. Dennis and Cascades going out to the Lakeside Straight. As that backmarker's trying to come back at him. Do not take out the race leader, whatever you do. That's like the rule of trying to unlap yourself. Michele Moore's just taking it easy with that backmarker behind him. I do apologise for the technical issues on the broadcast, because that's just that car's livery. That sometimes happens when it's not set correctly. Going up through the Britons now, up towards the hilltop. You know, Daniele Oliveira has got a bit of a fight with Cliff Van der Ven. Can Cliff Van der Ven catch his championship rival for P3? If Cliff can get P3, this would be an amazing recovery drive. Oh, Cliff is a bit screwed on the exit there. Cliff Van der Ven not quite able to find a way through. Getting out through his off through Nickerbrook now. Let's focus on the clip. McKelly Moores, he goes down the final straight. Getting out towards Lodge Corner. He goes through. Oh, sorry, I was on the wrong corner. Bit more to go. This British battle Van der Ven. As McKelly Mole goes around the final corner to win the race. Just win the sprint race. Chico Motori finishes second. Oh! Cliff Van der Ven and Daniele Rivera have a massive crash at the end of the lap. Let's try and find what happened there. Because that is that's the final corner as well. Right, so let's run the ball with Cliff Van der Ven here. So he's going through Druids here. Getting down towards Warwick Bridge. Gets a bit of a run. He's trying to make a room for the final corner. Does Daniele Rivera defend? Daniele Rivera goes wide and then just loses the car. Cliff did nothing wrong there. Just lack of control and takes out both cars. That's so unfortunate. Not how they two would have wanted that race to end. But that moves Dennis Van der Ven up into third place. Dennis Van der Ven gets the podium after all. Followed by Cliff Van der Ven, Daniele Rivera. After that collision at the end of the race there. Andrew Parkinson finishes P6. Antti Ratti recovers from that spin earlier in the race to finish P7. Jesper Burns finishes P8. Thomas Garcia finishes P9th. Francesco Bernardi is 10th. Oh, sorry, I said that already. Sigrid Vito finishes 11th after a poor qualifying, so that's a good result for him. Luca Radielli is P12. Arturas Kamau is P13. Jack Trawick is P14. Max Focarelli finishes 15th. Joe Watts looks like he retired from the race, so he ends up 16th. Valerio Margarito is 7th. Antonio Mastro finishes 18th, although 3 laps down, so he might have had some issues. So, I mean, that was a fantastic race, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know about you guys, but... Oh. What's happened to the game? Though, please don't say the game's broken on me. That'd be rather awkward. Hello? I believe I might have lost connection. Sorry about that. Thomas, commentary brief? Yeah. Sorry about that. So, just to let people know, so I thought I lost connection, so just explain what's happening at the moment, Thomas.
No, I was just reloading the track to change race length.
Okay. Cool. All right.
So everything is okay. Track will be probably also wet for race 2 at start at least.
Yep.
We'll see what the conditions will be later. But it's typical UK weather, so
yep.
We can expect.
All right. Thank you for that. That was our roaming reporter, Thomas Golab. Just getting the track ready. The track will be reset, so we can have the longer race distance. So while we go through that, let's have a look, see if I can get the race results up. Just give me a second. To do. game to sort itself out. Let me just mute my mic a second. I just need to double check something. Can you guys hear me? Hello? There we go. Right. I think I might have made my mic by accident there. Sorry about that, everybody. So, I believe I might have had a connection issue because it looks like my stream's only been going for 3 minutes. So, apologies for that. So, as I was just saying, so we have our race winner was McKinley Mole in the sprint race. They're just getting the track ready for the feature race now. Let me just sort something out. Give me a second.
Be a little bit different because there will be no dry line.
Thomas, is the track up?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay, my rFactor's crashing. Great.
Oh, nice.
Okay, right. So, just give me a second. I will be right back. I just need to get the game restarted. As we restarted the session, my rFactor crashed. So, I'll leave you with a short message while I get the game restarted. There we go. Sorry about that, everybody. Had some technical issues there, but the game crashed as we reset the session for the longer race. Sorry about that. So just a quick reminder. So our race winner is McKinley Mole, who drove a brilliant race in the tricky conditions in the wet on dry tyres, I might add, to finish the race 3 seconds ahead of Giacomo Torre and Des Van der Ven. In 4th place we had Cliff Van der Ven, who had an eventful race, followed by Daniel Livella, who had an equally eventful race. Andrew Parkinson finishes 6th. Our initial race leader, Antti Rassi, ended up having an issue and finished P7. Jesper Burns finished P8. Thomas Garcia ended up P9th. Francesco Bonani rounded up the top 10. In the left position we had Sigrid Vito, Luca Radielli, then Arturus Kamal was P13, Jack Torwick finished 14th, Max Foccarelli was 15th, Joe Watts retired in 16th position, but he was only 1 lap down at the end. Valerio Margarito finishes P17. Antonio Mastro is 18th. Maxim Davilov finishes 19th. Matteo Zandona is 20th. Fabio Sabeto, Stefano Denidal and Stefano Colli also all retired in the race. So we're just getting ready for the race 2 now, the feature race. So if you can just let me know in the chat if you can hear me, because I don't know when the chat cuts out. It looks like the game might have knocked out my internet briefly, or something, because apparently my broadcast has only been going for 8 minutes now, but that shouldn't be the case. So I hope you can all hear me. There you go. Just make sure that's all working. So while we have to wait for the warm-up to end, so here's our Super GT series. So this takes place every other week. So our next round is this Tuesday coming. It is at, before I give you the wrong information. So I believe the next race is at actually the next round will be the final round of the series at Suzuka. Now you might be wondering what's going to be coming next. Well, we'll have a surprise. So we've got a surprise for you. So that'll be announced in the coming weeks. So probably on the next broadcast or before. But I've got a feeling you're going to like it. I might give you a small teaser though. It has 4 wheels. That's all you're getting. So it's not the motorbike series. But other than that, yeah. I look forward to Suzuka round. I'll be driving there myself. But yeah, if you want to take part, you're welcome to join SimRacingMania on our Discord. The link's in the description. Or have a look at our website for any information if you want about the series. And let's go back to the end of as they finish the warm up. So run the ball with Daniele Vella. Let's see if the track's drier now. Looks like the track's a little bit dry now. Can't see any rain spray on his car. Or apparently Daniele Vella might be part of the Ferrari Driver Academy. Not sure if that's his helmet or not, but it'd be nice if he is. And we can say we've got a Ferrari driver in the chat. Ooh. Oh, apparently I have an echo. Sorry about that. Let's see if I can fix that. Give me a second. Is that better? Can you hear me now? Let me know if the echo's gone. Sorry about that. So just looking at the post-race chat, just like Joe Watts crashed on the final lap with only 54 seconds to go. Oh, that's so unfortunate. I wonder what happened to Joe Watts, because he was doing well. And ball cliffhanger in. So just a reminder, Daniele Villa will be starting from pole position. So Daniele Villa finishes P5. So I believe, let's see if I get the qualifying results up. So starting from pole position will be Daniele Villa, followed by Joe Watts, Michele Mole, Cliff van der Ven, Fabio Sabeto, Andrew Parkinson, Giacomo Torre, Matteo Zandona, Jesper Burns, and Antti Väsimäki at the top 10. In 11th place we will have Dennis van der Ven, Arturas Kamal, Max Foccarelli, Jack Trawick, Stefano Denidal, Luca Radielli, Thomas Garcia, Maxim Zavalov, Francesco Bernardi. 20th we have Valerio Margarito. 21st we have Stefano Ciclo De Vito, followed by Stefano Colli, and running out the back of the group we will have Antonio Mastro. Just getting ready for the start of the race. Just anyone in the chat can let me know if the echo's gone. It's still echoing. Okay, that's not right. Give me a second. Apologies about this, everybody. Let's. Can you? Is the echo gone now? I believe I might have fixed it. Sorry, I'm just trying to fix the echo. Might have fixed it. Let's. Can you? Is the echo gone now? I believe I might have fixed it. Right, I just double checked. I believe the echo is now fixed. So sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, we're just restarting the warm up. Looks like there might have been an issue with one of the drivers. Looks like it might have been a simple fix as we're just getting ready to start the race again. Yeah, right, it looks like we're ready to go now. Ah, sorry about that. Looks like I had my mic doubled up on the Streamlabs. I'm not quite sure how I managed that, but that's apparently a thing. Sorry about that, everybody. Just getting ready to start the race now. Just getting ready to start the formation up. So just a reminder, this is a 40-minute feature race. Yeah. So it looks like everybody's starting on soft tyres apart from Sigurd DeVito, who might be starting on the wets. So Sigurd DeVito might be banking on some rain, it seems. Everybody's leaving it to the last possible second to go on the track to save that little bit of fuel. I'm not quite sure if it works, but it can't hurt. As we now begin the formation lap. Let's just remind our race 1 winner, McKinley Mole will start from 3rd position. So McKinley Mole might be one to watch out for here. I just realised also my prime pre-race prediction has already gone out the water because Daniele Vella did not win. So it shows that this is why I don't bet. I'm not very good at betting. See if the track better at all. So there might be a bit of spray on the residual water on the track. I mean, it wouldn't be England without a bit of rain. So the driver sort of expected it, really. So just a reminder, in 2 weeks' time we'll be at the Hockenheim. Wrong track beginning with H. We'll be at Hockenheim in 2 weeks, located in Germany. That should be an amazing race. That track always produces great overtaking. That stadium section is iconic out of that track. Hopefully the drivers won't find the drag strip there though, because that seems to make all the cars start of the track. That's hopefully these drivers will be far more intelligent than the F1 drivers that came before them. Have a look at Joe Watts trying to warm up his tyres as best he can. Daniele Vella might be using a different strategy of not warming them up at all, it seems. Now there is a trick you can do where you can ride the brakes while you go forward, which can warm up the tyres and brakes quite effectively. But I'm not quite sure if it's better than weaving like we saw Joe Watts doing there. So coming down towards Warwick Bridge now. I'm going to with trim brake. There we are, as we get ready to start the race. So Daniele Oliveira might have gone a little bit too far in his grid box, maybe. As you have Secret Vito going into the pit lane. That's a strange strategy. Maybe he's pitting for wet tyres. Soft tyres where he was only on slicks. Only on slicks. Here we go. Get ready for the 40-minute race. 3 lights. 4 lights. And we are away. Michele Moore gets a good start in third position. So Daniel has to go defensive, but there's no way for Michele Moore to go. Or is there? They go 3 wide through the first corner. Joe Wells goes off the track. Michele Moore's up into the third place. But Cliff Vandervin's up into the second already. Going side by side with Joe Watts. Going as they go through cascades. Joe Watts holds off a second at the moment. So great start by Cliff Vandervin to jump to get ahead of Daniele Oliveira, his championship rival there. Meanwhile, Michele Moore's going to try and run away. Joe Watts goes wide. Has to go through Island Bend. Has to go defensive into the Charlotte's corner. Daniele Oliveira's right in the middle of this pack now. Andrew Parkinson's right with them. A little bit further back, Fabio Zabetta's now into P7. Luca Radielli's up into P11, just behind Arturus Kamau. With a gaggle of cars just behind them. Maxwell Corelli's got Thomas Garcia right up his chuff there. As he tries to make a move into the hairpin, Maxwell Corelli gives him room. Good clean racing there. To go off towards through Knickerbrook now. Now the battle for the race lead is Joe Watts is staying with Michele Moore there. Joe Watts not letting it go. I thought Joe Watts was going to spin. Don't do that again, Joe Watts. You've got such pace. I don't want you to ruin it. You know, Cliff Vandervin's trying to get past Joe Watts there. And Joe Watts like, you want to get past me? Come and try it. Joe Watts has got something to prove to himself after that last race where he crashed on the final lap. So Antti Rassi's had a bit of a bad start. He's down into 20th position. So our race leader at the start of the sprint race is having a bit of a tricky start, it seems. You know, Max Corelli's battling with Tomas Garcia again. Can't quite find a way through there. Go through cascades. Down the lakeside straight. Not quite close enough to make a move there. You know, Jesper Burns is trying to catch the back of Fabio Sabesso. Oh, needs to breathe. Joe Watts is definitely staying with Michele Moore here. Could this be Joe Watts' time to shine? Trying to board with Joe Watts here. Good exit onto the Clay Hill straight there. To get up the hill, will Joe Watts have DRS? Michele Moore goes defensive. Is there a way through? Not quite the Druids there. Nowhere to go for Joe Watts. Oh, he's a little bit too much of the track then. Gets off the track. Is that going to give Cliff Vandervin a run? No, I think... Oh, what a slide by Joe Watts. That's not what you want to do, but that looks amazing on the camera. I think we found Formula 3 Fast and Furious edition here. That was amazing. That was an amazing slide by Joe Watts. He wouldn't have meant to do it, but it looked cool nonetheless. Here comes Joe Watts again. As they go through cascades. Joe Watts has definitely got the pace, but he's a little tricky. He's got a very scrolly rear end. He can't quite hold on to the back of it at times. If Joe Watts can just tame that rear end, he might have a chance of the win here. It's like there's a 3-car breakaway pack now. Andrew Parks is up to 4th place. He's got ahead of Daniele Oliveira. Matteo Zandone is down to 6th position. Followed by Fabio Sabetto and Jesper Burns in P7 and 8. Dennis Van der Vin's down P9. Luca Radielli runs out of top 10. Thomas Garcia just pulling away from Max Corelli now. So it looks like Max Corelli's just lost a position there. Stefano De La Zau is in 13th position. Followed by Jack Trorik and Giacomo Torre. So I think that Arturus Kamau is now P16 with Antti Rassi up to 17th, so making some ground after that poor start it seems. Maxim Zevalov is now into 18th. Valerio Margarito is just got ahead of Francesco Bernardi it seems. Antonio Massaro is down 21st with Sigurd DeVito. Running out of the grid, he might have had a bad side, might have had a crash. Oh no, he pitted of course. Meanwhile, the fight for the lead, it's hotting up. Joe Watts is right on the back of it now to go down the front straight. Michele Moore goes defensive onto Old Hill corner. Can Joe Watts make it work around the outside? Joe Watts makes it stick. What a move by Joe Watts there. Round the outside into turn 1. That's something he's going to want to watch there. Here comes Cliff van der Ven. Is McKenny Mole struggling at this stage of the race? Might be carrying too much fuel. Now can Joe Watts run away? Because every second he's going to want these two behind to battle as their life depends on it. Meanwhile, our pole sitter is now into P5s, not having the best of starts, Daniel Livello, it seems. In a bit of no man's land at the moment. Meanwhile, Andrew Parkinson's starting to catch the back of these guys. Don't count Andrew Parkinson out. It's been a bit of a dark horse. Him and Joe Watts have been evenly matched all race long, and here comes Andrew Parkinson to prove that point. Can he catch these guys up ahead? It's like Joe Watts was just outside that DRS range. That's going to give Cliff van der Ven a chance as they go towards Druid's corner. Down to Warwick Bridge. DRS engaged for both cars, it seems. I think McKenny Mole just got the DRS on Joe Watts ahead. But Joe Watts is starting to... Oh, that DRS has definitely helped McKenny Mole there. Now look at the fight for lead. Can Joe Watts break that DRS zone? He's desperate to get away from that DRS from McKenny Mole. Down the avenue towards the Dentons and Cascade. Such a fast corner there. It looks amazing on the cameras. Got Ayrton FP in the chat saying go McKenny Mole. So we know who he's rooting for. I think Joe Watts might have broken that DRS gap. That's going to mean McKenny Mole's going to start to struggle with Cliff van der Ven behind. Cliff van der Ven starting to gain now. I don't think we can see DRS. Definitely there's no DRS there. We got Thomas Gollo saying go van der Ven in the chat. Coming from him, I'm not sure if that's sarcasm or not. Those two have a bit of history, Thomas and Cliff. Cliff van der Ven's right on the back of him now. Can McKenny Mole, has he got any answer to Cliff van der Ven up the hill? I don't think there's any DRS on this part of the track. They go through Druid's corner down to Warwick Bridge. Now here's the DRS. Rather ball with Cliff van der Ven. Can he make a move into Lodge corner? No, not quite close enough to make a move there. Get down Deer Leap, down onto the start finish straight to start another lap. New fast lap of the race for Joe Watts there. He's flying out in front. Meanwhile, Cliff van der Ven and McKenny Mole locked in this battle for P2. Now these are the two who had the amazing end to the race last time out in Valencia. If you haven't watched that broadcast, even if you want to watch the 5 minutes of it, just watch the end of race 2. It's amazing. Those two were side by side for basically the entire half of the lap. It was incredible to watch. McKenny Mole starting to find some granities. I don't think Cliff's quite got the answer to him at the moment. Well, I was about to say that he's starting to get within 3 tenths, so he might be... Oh, McKenny Mole locks up ahead of him there. That's going to hurt him up the hill. As they was to go up towards Hilltop, towards Hislop to chicane. No way through at the moment. Going through Knickerbrook now. Cliff van der Ven's right with him now to go up the hill. No DRS on this part of the track though. This is where Cliff needs it most. But McKenny Mole goes wide. It takes a very wide and almost loses the back end of the car there. Down under Warwick Bridge. Here comes Cliff van der Ven. He might have the inside line. No, not quite enough. Almost hits the back of McKenny Mole there. Still can't find a way past. Meanwhile, Joe Watts has put up a 4-second lead the way these two are squabbling. So Joe Watts is just like, yeah, please keep fighting. It helps me and no one else. Meanwhile, Daniel Livet is not quite catching the back of these cars. I'll be back in a moment. back. Sorry about that, everybody. Cliff Van der Ven and McKenny Moore go side by side. Oh, that's Daniel Livella. What happened there? I might have missed the initial Cliff Van der Ven there. Sorry about that. Then here comes Daniel Livella. It's. Or there might have been a back marker in the middle of this mix here. Yeah, I think there is. Cliff Van der Ven and McKenny Moore get side by side. Not quite way through into Cascades there. Though these two are fighting so much. Daniel Livella and Andrew Proctor have caught right up to the back of these cars. It's now a 4-car train. Maybe even maybe even a 5-car train. I think Matteo Zandona's caught the back of them as well. So the more these guys fight, Joe Watts is just running away. He's almost got an 8-second lead now. This is exactly what Joe Watts wants. He just drives down pace, not have to worry about any of these cars behind. I think we need the extended battle for this. This is amazing. You got Thomas got up in the chat saying so McKenny Moore still defending for second, although Cliff Van der Ven might have a chance here. Getting up the hill towards Druids. McKenny Moore goes defensive and Cliff making work around the outside. Oh, he tries the undercut but nowhere for him to go, and here comes Daniel Livella. DRS engaged. Here we go. Downhill towards Lodge Corner. Nowhere for these cars to go. These cars are not giving each other an inch. Down the front straight now. DRS engaged again. Daniel Livella might have a run on Cliff here. No, not quite able to make it work. I think Cliff's just broken that gap to Daniel Livella a tiny, tiny bit. The gap to the lead is now almost over 10 seconds now. Joe Watts is just running away with this. He's doing amazing. I think Daniel Livella's just lost the back of Cliff a little bit. He might be hurting his tyres a little bit, trying to follow in the dirty air. But Cliff Van der Ven is like, I won that second place. But this time we've got Thomas in the chat rooting for Cliff to get this position done. DRS engaged for Cliff Van der Ven. This might be his chance. No, can't quite do it around the outside into Hislop. Nowhere for him to go there. Right, up the right hander through Nickelbrook. Up the hill towards Clay Hill. And here comes Daniel Livella, right on the back of Cliff. Like Cliff's in a rather awkward position. He has to attack but also defend at the same time. Oh, McKenny Moore goes a little bit deeper into the corner. Is that going to give Cliff to run? DRS. This might be Cliff's moment. Goes to the outside. Massively late on the brakes. And they make contact. McKenny Moore just holds the position. Cliff Van der Ven loses ground. Andrew Parks is up to P3 now. Daniel Livella just got 2 positions in one corner because of those two colliding. Cliff Van der Ven almost spins. He almost spins. He just about saves it. Cliff Van der Ven might be losing position to his brother now. He's down into P6. What a disaster for Cliff Van der Ven. He's had half a lap and it's just all fallen apart his race so far. Fabio Zabeto, can the Fabio defend from P5? Cliff Van der Ven might be... Oh, a car massively off in the track. Who was that? That was Thomas Garcia just sailing off into the distance there. Not quite sure what happened to him. He must have gone off the track there. You know, Andrew Parkinson is now into P3. Daniel Livella has now got a bit of a gap. He's got 26 minutes to try and catch Joe Watts up ahead. So our pole and second place are now in reverse grid order. Definitely, I think that makes sense. No, Cliff Van der Ven is now down to P6 after a terrible lap in that bit. He tried to do the overcut around the outside. Nowhere for him to go, and they just got lost. I think he might have overheated the tyres because he just had nowhere to go, and it's just sliding all over the place. That spread its pack out a little bit. So now Matteo Zandon into P4, benefiting from other drivers' misfortune. McKenny Moore is out into 8th position now, trying to get past Dennis Van der Ven up ahead. So McKenny Moore's the real loser on that. He was in P2. He's now into P8. He's gonna have some choice words with Cliff Van der Ven after the race, you can imagine. You know, Max Foncarelli has actually made some ground there as he's up into 11th position. Stefano Denadal tries to go around the outside of him. Nowhere through there into Cascade. So here comes Jack Drowick on Thomas Stefan and Nadal. Can he? Nowhere for him to go to Island Bend. Here comes Antti Rassi to try and make it a freeway fight. Not quite able to catch the back of these cars at the most, it seems. He might have had a bit of an issue. He's recovering well. He's making some good solid ground. Andrew Parkinson. So, race leader. Miles out ahead of everyone else now is Joe Watts. He's got a 13-second lead to Daniele Livella behind. In third place with Andrew Parkinson, followed by Matteo Zandona. Fabio Sabetta is P5. Well, he might not be for long. Here comes Cliff Van der Ven. Cliff Van der Ven tries the undercut. Is there room for it to work? No, Fabio Sabetta just holds on. They go towards Old Hall Corner. Can Fabio keep holding on? Cliff Van der Ven's right on the back of him now. Cliff Van der Ven might have some damage from his early collisions. Yeah, I think Cliff might just be struggling with his tyres at the moment, it seems. As well as the damage, obviously, but he's normally one of the masters of tyre control, and he's had a lot of what you would call unforced errors for a driver of Cliff's calibre. But if anyone can bounce back from this, it's Cliff. So gap up. Oh, it's like what happened to Daniele Livella? I think we might have missed an incident. Let's try and find out what happened. I'm not quite sure if need to find out what happened to Daniele Livella because he was in P2. Daniele Livella was running in P2. Not quite sure what happened to Daniele Livella here. See if he makes a mistake. Can't see anything untoward so far. Does he just go off the track, I wonder? I want to find out what happened to Daniele Livella. Sorry about this. Oh, he just goes off the track at the final corner. Oh, that's such a move that... He's obviously pushing so hard to try and catch Joe Watts, he just made it harder for himself. There we go. Right, so that has moved Andrew Parkinson up into P2 now. Matteo Zandona is P3, so a rather unusual podium as it stands now. Can Daniele Livella find a way past? Cliff Van der Ven still can't find a way past that, Fabio Sabetto. As I said, he just makes a move. Sorry about that. Fabio Sabetto did well to hold Cliff for that long though. Meanwhile, Joe Watts is just lapping some cars at the moment. I believe that Sigrid De Vito has just gone past. So just have 22 minutes left in this race. Our current race leader is Joe Watts, followed by Andrew Parkinson, Matteo Zandona, Daniele Livella, Cliff Van der Ven, Thomas Garcia is P6, Dennis Van der Ven is now P7. Just about holding off Michele Mola. As I say that, Michele Mola, oh! He might have just found a way past. Can Dennis Van der Ven hold on? Go towards Entons and Cascades now. No, that's the wrong corner. Michele Mola desperate to try and get that position back. He makes contact with Dennis Van der Ven, but they just about hold on. Going under Woke Bridge now. I think what Luca Radier is right with these two now. Oh, Luca Radier taps the back of Michele Mola. Luca Radier goes off the track. Not quite enough room for Luca to make that pass, and he just paid the price. So that makes this a two-car fight now. Michele Mola has been unable to get past Dennis Van der Ven. Dennis Van der Ven has been driving a great defensive race, both races so far. Oh, now Michele Mola will make his move. Go towards Island Bend. It's going to have to be a late lunge into the braking zone for this to work. No, not quite. One more. You won't get through the chicane there unless there's an accident. So be careful, you two. I'm going up through Hilltop. Towards his obstacle. Michele Mola's right on the back of him now. Is he going to try and make him through the chicane? Oh, that was a ballsy move by Michele Mola there. Right on the edge. Dennis Van der Ven almost spun him. He was that close. But that was an amazing move. And credit to both of them for not spinning right there and then. So that allows Michele Mola to try and catch up to Cliff Van der Ven, who's up into P5 now. The fight for P3 is hotting up. Sorry, P3. Matteo Zandona is... Looks like he might have just been overtaken by Daniele Vella. So as long as Daniele Vella finishes ahead of Cliff Van der Veen, I believe that will move him... That will close them up in the... Oh no, that's the wrong driver. Sorry about that. So if Michele Mol can overtake Cliff Van der Veen, that will close up the championship standings quite a bit. So just for reference, Daniele Vella, so he wasn't able to compete in the last round. He's currently P9 in the standings, but he's driving brilliantly so far this weekend. Meanwhile, your race leader Joe Watts just having a nice Sunday drive. He's got not a care in the world at the moment. It's around the board with him as he goes through under Warwick Bridge. All he has to do is be cool and consistent, and he's got this one in the bag. So Joe Watts has already won a race so far, the championship, so he could be a dark horse. So Joe Watts is currently P10 in the standings after a couple of tricky races, but he's come back strong here with a vengeance. So just a reminder, if you want to follow this race live, with the live timings, if you go to simracingmania.online/live, you'll find the live timings for this series and this race, so you can follow any driver you want to in particular. So Joe Watts has now got the fastest lap of the race with a 21.9. He goes through some back markers there. Andrew Parks is going to have Daniele Vella on the back of him soon. Cliff Van der Veen not able to try and keep with these two. He's losing a bit of ground now. Meanwhile, Michele Mol's broken away from Dennis Van der Veen behind, so he's gained 2 seconds already on Dennis. Now he's got past him. Thomas Garcia is now in P8. Bit of a lonely race for Thomas. He can't quite catch the cars behind of him. Luca Radielli is now P9. Max Foccarelli is up into the top 10. So Max Foccarelli is having a good race so far. Anthony Rassi is now into 12th position, trying to catch Max Foccarelli down. Stefano Dauer is now 12th. Closely followed by Jack Trawick. Let's go for Ireland Bend now. Jack Trawick backing off a bit too much and losing a bit of ground to Stefano ahead of him there. Maybe Jack being a bit too cautious for that corner after the earlier rain in race 1. In 14th we have Francesco Bernardi. Arturas Kamau is 15th. Fabio Zabetto is 16th. Maxim Zavalov is now 17th for lap down. Valery Margarito is 18th. Tigre DeVito is now 19th. Oh, those two are having a bit of a battle at the moment. Let's go on board with Tigre DeVito as he tries to watch him trying to catch the back of Valerio Margarito. Antonio Masseria is now 20th. Jesper Burns and Giacomo Tori, I believe, being retired from the race, yes. So as you can see, some drivers are using custom skins for their cars, so such as Sigurd DeVito, and Valerio Margarito goes, misses the braking zone entirely, hits the barrier there. That's definitely not what he wanted. That would Sigurd DeVito. Oh, he does his front wing as well. He's got some major damage there. Yeah, Thomas Golo in the chat saying, I'm impressed by Joe. Yeah, Joe Watts has been a masterclass in this race so far. Like, credit to him. He's just run away with his race so far. The gap's up to 20 seconds. Yeah, here comes Daniel. Oh, what just happened there? Daniel Vella's lost his front wing. Is he? Daniel Vella's out of the race. Let's try and see what happened there. Daniel Vella was now P9. Oh, that's trying to board with Daniel Vella here. So that was Luca Radielli, that was Andrew Parkinson ahead of him. Oh, just... Who was that spinning in front of him? I'll see if I can find out who that was. Oh. So that's Andrew Parkinson ahead of him. As the two back market... Oh, that's Sigurd DeVito. Goes off track and then the guys behind have nowhere to go. Oh, that's so unfortunate. Daniel Vella was doing so well. Try and get the... There we go. So that means Daniel Livet is now out of the race. So as it stands, Cliff Vanderville will now extend his lead at the top of the standings. Unless McKelly Mole can try and catch back up. He's got 8 seconds to do. 8 seconds to do, but it's a tall ask. Cliff Vanderville is one of the fastest drivers here. But this is going to be a tough one for McKelly Mole to try and get back into the top 3 here. Meanwhile, as all the carnage behind him unfolds, Joe Walsh has just got a 21 second lead now. Andrew Parks and Matthias Andorna just about avoided the carnage around them. Max Roccarelli is out to P9 with that incident, with Daniele Oliveira retiring. Andy Rass is now back into the top 10. Let's have a look at these two battling now. I believe they're going through Hislops now, going up towards Knickerbrook. Trying the ball with Andy Rassett, also as they go up Clay Hill. Not quite close enough there. Can Andy Rassett make a move? He's closing in. Oh, there's a Max Roccarelli pits. Does he have an issue, I wonder? But that moves Andy Rassett up to P9. Let's try and get the timing back to accurate. There we go. There we go. Right, so Andrew Matthews and Lorna still holding on to P3 at the moment. No, Cliff Van Ven starting to close in on him. Have a quick drink. Dennis Van Ven is now up to P6. A good race for Dennis again. But Thomas Garcia almost runs off the track there. Cliff Van Ven wants that P3. I believe to go out towards his up chicane now. I think Mattia might be trying to struggle with his tyres. It's just over 12 minutes left of the race. No DRS for this part of the track, but after Druids there will be. That could be where Cliff strikes. Trying to move Cliff Van Ven here as they go through Lodge Corner. As that's P2 ahead of them, so it's now a 3-car fight for P2. Matthews Donovan runs off the track a little bit there. That Cliff senses blood in the water. Let's go through Cascades down the Lakeside Straight. Charging towards Island Bend. Now can Cliff make a move here? I think Matthew's starting to struggle a little bit with his tyres. Meanwhile, the battle for P10 softening up. We got Stefano down with Francesco Bernardi. Here they go down the front straight. It looks like the car buffeting down the front straight there. Not quite enough room for Francesco to make a move there. Or to stay on the track, it seems. And he loses ground there. Let's go back to the battle for P2. So the gap's extended a little bit between these three. So these three might be evenly matched. Meanwhile, it's just over 10 minutes left to go in this race. So just a reminder, so our race lead is currently Joe Watts with a 22-second lead so far. Just been metronomic by him all race long. So credit to him. He's done amazing all race long. McKelly Mole are in second in the standings, now P5. Trying to catch the back of these cars. Ooh. Meanwhile, Cliff Van Ven just got past Matthias Andona there. As they go through Cascades now, so Cliff Van der Ven, our championship leader, is now up into third position. Can he catch P2? He's got 10 minutes to do it, and it took him a long while to get past Matteo, so good driving by Matteo, but just couldn't quite hold off the championship leader at the moment. So that they've got a fight for P6 now. Dennis Van der Ven and Thomas Garcia. Thomas Garcia trying to make inroads. So the last lap, Thomas Garcia was 2 times quicker than Dennis Van der Ven, so they're very evenly matched. So, looks like Thomas. One to watch out for might be Max Foccarelli. He pitted for new tyres and he's just on a purple sector 1. So Max Foccarelli might be a man on the march. So let's see where Max Foccarelli is. So he is now P13. He might be able to make inroads into Arturo's Camaro. He's got about 4 seconds to make up. But that strategy might play off for him. So one to watch out for there. You know, Cliff Van der Ven continues his charge up the field. So Stefano Nadal just got past Francesco Bernardi there. Antirassi in a bit of no man's land now on P9. We got Thomas Gollop egging on to Cliff Van der Ven to get P2. I'm sure he's trying. They get up the hilltop straight now towards Hislops. I don't think he might just about have DRS there. Oh, very late on the brakes. Up Clay Hill now. No DRS for this part. So Andrew's got to be careful now because Cliff will have DRS for the next part of the straight after Druids. Downward bridge. Now here's the DRS. Now that's going to enable Cliff to get even closer. So Andrew might have had DRS from that car back marker ahead. So that could be the saving grace Andrew needed to stay ahead. So he's only 0.8 of a second in it now. Matteo Zandon is starting to drop off the back of these two behind. That's going to enable Matteo. If they continue at their current pace, McKinley Mole might be able to get P4 this way. Yellow 6-3, looks like someone's gone off. So gap for leads now stabilising about 22 seconds. So Joel might just be looking after his tyres now. There's just over 7 minutes to go left in this race. Your race leader is Joe Watts, followed by Andrew Parkinson, Cliff Van der Ven, Matteo Dandona, Kelly Morley, Cliff Van der Ven P6, Thomas Garcia P9, Luca Radielli, Thomas Garcia P7, sorry, Luca Radielli P8, Antti Rassi P9, Stefano Denendal is in the top 10, with Francesco Bernardi close behind him. Max Foccarelli is P12 after pitting and is now a lap down. Arturo's Kamal is 13th. Fabio Zabetto P13th. Jack Trawick is now P15th. Maxime Zavalov is P16. Tico DeVito is now P17. Larry Margarito is now 18th. Antonio Messeret is now 19th. With 3 retirements, Daniele Bella, Jesper Burns and Giacomo Torre. As you can see, Cliff Van der Ven can't find a way past Andrew Parkinson yet. Andrew Parkinson is driving really well at the moment. It's all in good being faster, but if you can't get that position, it's null and void. So Cliff Van der Ven might have a run here going up towards Hislops. No, not quite close enough. Going up Clay Hill now towards Druids. Cliff Van der Ven slowly closing, but not quite enough. No DRS on this part of the track. Now here's the DRS. Now here's where we're going to see Cliff close up to the back of Andrew. Andrew Parks is driving really well. Cliff can't find an opening. Andrew Parks is driving really well. 5 minutes to go left in this race. You're watching the fight for P2 between Andrew Parks and Cliff van der Ven. The ball with Andrew Parks as he tries to go as fast as he can, trying to run away from Cliff van der Ven behind. Joe Watts had a bit of a slow lap. Oh, that's a lap back mark off the track there. That's not going to be helpful. So Joe Watts had a bit of a slow lap that last time around. I just hope he has still got some tyres left for the end of the race. Maybe it does have a 20-second gap, so I wouldn't worry too much. Cliff van der Ven still can't get past. Going uphill, hilltop towards his lops now. Oh, so clear late on the braking there. Almost hit the back of Andrew Parks in the head. Cliff is desperate to get past, although he's not going to want to repeat of the end of last race where he had an incident with, I think it was Michele Molt or Daniele Bella. So Cliff's got to be careful. We've got Sigurd de Vito up ahead, I can tell by the blinking livery. So just a reminder, if you like what you see, you're welcome to join us at a Discord-based group, SimRacingMania. You can find the link in the YouTube description. Or join us on our website, SimRacingMania.online. As we Cliff van der Ven sets a new fastest lap of the race. So Cliff van der Ven really on fire at the moment. Now I'll tell you what. So Matteo Zandon is about 7 seconds back now. He's dropped off the back of these two. He's now P4. With Michele Molt in P5, about 3 seconds back from him. Dennis van der Ven is in the strong P6, followed by Thomas Garcia. Luca Radielli is now P8. Antti Rassi is starting to catch the back of these. Luca Radielli ahead, so Antti Rassi's got that back gap down. So he's got a chance of P8 now. Stefano Dennis now rounds out the top 10. As we go back to this fight for P2. Cliff van der Ven can't find a way past. I'm surprised. I know we had that collision earlier in the race, but it's Cliff. You would expect him to work miracles somehow. You know, the gap's come down to 16 seconds for the lead, so Joe Watts might be starting to struggle now. He's lost about 4 or 5 seconds. He's lost out with 24.6. Has Joe Watts run out of tyres? He's got a back marker behind him. Let's see if he's just been lapping somebody. Yeah, that's a back marker getting past Joe Watts there. Is Joe Watts starting to struggle? Joe Watts might be in trouble. It seems there's 2 minutes left of the race. Is he going to run out of... Are the guys behind going to run out of laps to catch him? Cliff van der Ven still can't find a way past there. I've got a feeling if Cliff van der Ven can stay with him through Island Bend, he can do a lunge into Shell Oil's corner. Now this is where Cliff van der Ven's really strong in these chicane sections. DRS engaged for Cliff van der Ven there. Not quite close enough to make a move there. He just runs out of room. Now the charge up the hill through Clay Hill. Up towards Drew's corner. There's just over a minute to go. The gap's now down to under 13 seconds for the lead. They're catching Joe Watts. Joe Watts now last time was a 26.4. He's really struggling, it seems. This could be the fight for the lead before we know it. Can Joe Watts hang on? Can Cliff van der Ven get P2? Not quite close enough into turn 1. Well, Andrew Parkinson goes off the track there. Must be careful he doesn't get a drive through for gaining the advantage off track. There's a back marker in the way of Andrew Parkinson. Is that the chance? Cliff van der Ven gets ahead. That back marker blocking Andrew Parkinson, and Cliff van der Ven just takes that opportunity. He's like, thank you very much. Andrew will be fuming with that back marker that he blocked him there. That ruined his run. That moves Cliff van der Ven up to P2. I believe that might have been Fabio Sabetto that they had to have the issue with. Yeah, I think that was Fabio better that got in the way of Andrew Parkinson there. Really unfortunate. Meanwhile, let's ride on board with Joe Watts. So he goes through Drury's corner, down to Warwick Bridge. So the gap's now down to it's now 10 seconds between him and Cliff. So Joe Watts has really been struggling these last few laps. As we watch Joe Watts go down the final straight to, I believe, win the race. Is all one by lap. Your race winner for the feature race is Joe Watts with a brilliant race. Led the race, got the position at the start, near the start of the race, and just never looked back. He's been metronomic. Brilliant win by Joe Watts there. Cliff Van der Ven manages to get P2 in the end, just ahead of Andrew Parkinson, who got backed by that lap traffic. Matteo Zandona finishes P4. Michele Mole finishes P5. Thomas Garcia finishes P6. Dennis Van der Ven just behind him. Well, actually, I think those two are still going. Yep. Yeah, these two aren't done yet. Looks like Thomas Garcia just got Dennis Van der Ven right at the end. Francesco Bernardi just finishes in 11th. Max Foccarelli is P12th. Arturas Kamal is P13. Oh, what's happened to my game? Oh, I do believe my game has crashed. Sorry about that. Oh. Oh, my game I got kicked out of the game. That's awkward. Just give me a second. Sorry about that. I was just trying to get the race results back. I got kicked out of the game as the session ended. So yeah, so while I wait for the replay to load, so let's talk about that win from Joe Watts. Brilliant drive from almost start to finish. He barely put it wrong. He looks like he almost ran out of tyres at the end, but credit to him. I'll try and get the replay up to show you some of the highlights of the race. Waiting for the rFactor to load. Sorry about that. There we go. Come on, game. So ignore the glitched replay. That's just how it works, I'm afraid. But yeah, fantastic race for that. Hope you all enjoyed that. So obviously an eventful race. There's quite a few collisions there that could have been avoided, I think. But thank you all for watching. I will see you in 2 weeks' time at Hockenheimring. Take care, everyone.